Caleb Williams is in the transfer portal. Caleb Williams is in the transfer portal. What's going on, people? Welcome back to the Reefer, and I got another banger video for you guys today. But first off, like, comment, subscribe. Let's be special, baby. Let's be special. So Caleb Williams, Oklahoma's stud quarterback, has decided to enter the transfer portal. And honestly, he's probably the biggest player ever to enter the transfer portal. I mean, when else is a star quarterback from a university left to go to another school? I can't think of a time that's happened. I mean, I can think of times the guys that were starters and then were replaced by an incoming freshman that's just more talented. I mean, hence a, Kelly Bryant, Trevor Lawrence type situation. Notre Dame's had some guys. Jack Cohen was replaced in Wisconsin and went to the transfer portal. But never has a stud quarterback like this gone into the transfer portal. He's instantaneously the top guy in the portal. Every school in the country is going to be calling his name. He's a proven commodity. When else will you have access to a proven quarterback that's a winner? NFL talent. He's going to be gone in 2 years most likely. He only got 2 years of him, unfortunately. But he's proven himself as a freshman. You're not taking a risk on a high school kid that may not perform, may not be able to handle the college level where everybody's kind of more equal athletically. He went in and he went into the transfer portal. He needs to make a decision to go somewhere else. Now, in a Twitter statement, he said he's considering all his options, so obviously returning to Oklahoma is an option. But the other universities that he's reportedly looking at are, one staying at Oklahoma, going to Georgia, going to USC with Lincoln Riley, and going to Auburn. I wouldn't be surprised personally if LSU and Alabama make that list as well. I mean, Alabama, they will take any talent they can, and they will kind of turn you into an NFL level. And honestly, they don't really have a successor behind Bryce Young yet. I mean, they definitely have the talent, but nobody's proven themselves yet. So there's an opportunity to prove yourself. And LSU's Brian Kelly is just desperate for as much quarterback talent as he can get. He knows he needs the quarterback to compete. So he will happily take Caleb and throw everything at him. But I mean, Oklahoma may be having a great defense next year and a bad offense because, they lost Spencer Rattler. Spencer Rattler is just punching the air right now. I can't believe that he left Oklahoma when he could have stayed and became the starter again next year. But Oklahoma's losing a lot of offensive guys, but they're bringing on a lot of good defensive coordinators, a lot of great defensive coaches, and Brent's a great defensive coach too. Now, Georgia, Kirby Smart can never get the quarterback situation right, so I'm sure he'd be happy to have Caleb Williams because he's a proven guy. He doesn't have to worry about it and if he's going to work out or not. Stetson Bennett did prove me wrong. I'll make a video on that. But, Georgia's never really had a great quarterback under Kirby Smart. I'm sorry, Jake Fromm. It just wasn't happening. The best one was Justin Fields, and they didn't play him when he left. Now, USC, wouldn't that be fascinating if he followed him? If he followed Lincoln Riley out to Southern Cal, and Lincoln calls him up. It's like, hey, let's run it back. Let's do it again, big boy. I recruited you for a reason. I'm going to get you to the NFL. I got Jalen Hurts to the NFL. I got Kyler Murray to the NFL. And I got Baker Mayfield to the NFL. And they're all starters now. And, Kyler and Jalen are both in the playoffs this year. Baker was in the playoffs last year, but not this year. But he's an average starting quarterback. We can debate Baker Mayfield another time. Auburn, just another big SEC program. There's quarterback opening there now that Bo Nix is out, and the quarterback position is just a little bit unsettled. There's some opportunity there for him. Now, obviously, there was a lot of turnover at Oklahoma that he wasn't planning on when he had signed with them. Lincoln left, and Lincoln brought a bunch of coaches with him, and there's a new regime in there, a new philosophy offensively, most likely. It's probably going to be more of a control the ball type offense, let the defense keep us in games. That's what I imagine Oklahoma being more of now. Not so much the kind of West Coast running gun, just score points, baby, just score points. So obviously he had to reassess what it is because he wants to make it to the NFL. He didn't really commit to Oklahoma. He committed to Lincoln Riley, the plan to get him to the NFL. And that's kind of what recruiting's turning into nowadays. These players aren't really committing to the school. They're really committing to the coaching staff that's going to hopefully develop them and get them where they want to go, which these top recruits, they want to go to the NFL. They want the money. And it's interesting, though, in Oklahoma's response, they released a statement, and one of the things they included in that statement about Caleb Williams is that they're going to offer all the resources they can to help him get the most NIL money that he can in Oklahoma. So that kind of shows you the shift in less than a year of how NIL has now become a big focus for recruiting, that these coaches and coaching staffs are saying, hey, we can help you get the most NIL money at our school, and we can develop you and help you graduate and make it to the next level and whatever your career plans are. So that's why you should come to our school. So that's really just interesting that it's becoming this. And will a change like this, such a big name like Caleb Williams, encourage next year more big name players to go switch schools? I mean, it could be another classic case of where UCF gets a star quarterback, like Mackenzie Milton was a star quarterback there, and he says, hey, I'm going to go to a bigger school that can help develop me now. Now that I have proven myself as freshman, sophomore, I can go to that big Alabama now, because now they don't see me as a 2-star recruit now. They see me as a guy that can compete and has executed at a high level, collegiate level, and I'm not a risk anymore. I'm not a risk. I'm a proven commodity in college. I show up to class, I show up to practice, I show up to lifting, and I perform great on game day. I'm a low-risk guy, and will more schools like Alabama, LSU, will they start doing that more, where they're going more into the portal for proven commodity guys instead of taking these risks on these freshmen that they may not pan out? I mean, 5-star recruits, they test great athletically, they do great in high school, but honestly, not every 5-star guy makes it to the NFL, or not every 5-star guy is a star in college. It makes you wonder what the recruiting in the portal and the transfer system is going to look like in 10 years. I mean, look how much has changed in 1 year, 2 years even, with the opportunity of college players now to have that one-time eligibility transfer. I mean, it'll be really interesting to see how this changes, and how if the NCAA says, hey, that's on you guys. You guys are going to have to self-police it. It's on you. Or if they're going to try and kind of implement some new monitoring rules. I don't really know how you control it, but Caleb Williams is the biggest name ever to go into the transfer portal. I mean, he's the biggest name ever. He's the hottest guy in the transfer portal now. Out number one on everybody's board, and all eyes are going to be on him. Every star player from a small school or school where they think they can have a better NFL future, or more likely to get to the NFL at a different school, all eyes are going to be on him. And if it works out for Caleb, I guarantee you a lot more guys are going to do that. But like I've said many times before, college football is increasingly more a business. It's a business. It's a business. It's a business. Coaches are leaving schools before bowl games in the middle of the season to chase bags, chase money at another university. Hence, Lincoln Riley leaving before the bowl game, Brian Kelly leaving when Notre Dame had a shot to make it into the playoffs. These coaches are doing it, and the players are seeing it and saying, hey, we have the right to do something like that too. So how long will it be before a star player at a small school, let's say, I don't know, Miami of Ohio, say they get a star cornerback, just absolute stud, just instant impact guy, a bunch of interceptions, and he says, hey, I'm going to sit out the bowl game and just go into the transfer portals. I don't want to go into the transfer portal hurt. That's kind of what Micah Pittman did. I mean, he kind of looked at it and knew he was going to enter the transfer portal and said, hey, why am I playing still? I could get hurt and decrease my value in the transfer portal. So I think a lot more guys are going to start doing that, and it's going to be a bit chaotic. Coaches are going to have to learn a new skill to kind of keep players engaged throughout the season, keep players engaged. But I think Caleb Williams is the biggest name ever to enter the transfer portal. All eyes will be on him and what schools he goes to. I'm very interested to see where he goes. As always, people, have a great day. Tell somebody you love them. Deuces.